Dorian Yates reveals his Blood and Guts 1993 Mr. Olympia biceps workout. Six-time Mr. Olympia champion Dorian Yates has taken fans back to one of the most intense periods of his legendary career, revealing the details behind his 1993 chest and biceps training session at Temple Gym in Birmingham. The workout was performed on July 21, 1993, roughly 7 weeks before Yates successfully defended his Mr. Olympia title. His training philosophy was already centered around high intensity, controlled repetitions, and taking a limited number of working sets to failure. What makes the workout particularly interesting is that Yates' biceps were historically considered one of the areas he needed to improve. Rather than simply adding endless sets, he focused on making every working set count. Incline dumbbell curls. The first biceps movement was the seated incline dumbbell curl. Yates began with a warm-up set using 50-pound dumbbells for 8 repetitions. The purpose was to prepare the muscle rather than exhaust it before the heavy set. He then moved to his working weight, 70-pound dumbbells. Yates completed 6 reps with both arms, followed by an additional forced repetition on each side with assistance from his training partner. The emphasis was on strict execution, squeezing the biceps at the top and controlling the negative rather than swinging the dumbbells. Easy bar curls. Yates finished his biceps work with easy bar curls. The working set was performed with approximately 155 pounds for 6 repetitions, reaching muscular failure. Yates was also known to use additional negative repetitions on this movement, with a training partner helping lift the bar before he controlled the lowering phase. However, during this particular workout, he avoided the extra negatives because of some strain around his brachialis. The Yates philosophy. Fewer sets, more intensity. The workout perfectly illustrates the philosophy that eventually became associated with Yates' famous Blood and Guts training style. Rather than performing a huge number of working sets, Yates typically used warm-up sets to prepare for a small number of brutally hard working sets. His 1993 routine was built around training each body part approximately once per week, with workouts generally lasting 40 to 60 minutes. The idea was simple. Warm up properly, increase the weight, and then push the working set to failure with maximum intensity. His 1993 chest and biceps routine also included incline pressing, dumbbell flies, and cable crossovers before moving into the biceps exercises. A detailed training log from the period confirms that Yates' biceps work consisted of incline dumbbell curls, easy bar curls and, in some versions of the routine, Nautilus curls. 7 weeks before another Olympia victory. The timing of this workout makes it even more impressive. Yates performed this session on July 21, 1993, only weeks before the 1993 Mr. Olympia. On September 11, he successfully defended his title and established himself as the dominant bodybuilder of the era. At that point in his career, Yates was building the physique that would become famous for its extraordinary back development, dense muscle, and razor-sharp conditioning. His training wasn't about spending hours in the gym. It was about making those limited working sets count. Why the workout still gets attention. More than 3 decades later, Yates' training remains influential because it was so different from the high-volume approach used by many bodybuilders. His 1993 biceps workout demonstrates the core principles of his system: few exercises, limited working sets, heavy weights, strict form, and extreme intensity. The numbers are also a reminder of the level of strength Yates possessed during his prime. Using 70-pound dumbbells for strict incline curls after already completing chest training was no ordinary feat. For bodybuilding fans, this is a rare look at what the 6-time Mr. Olympia was actually doing behind the scenes during one of the most important periods of his career. Dorian Yates' Blood and Guts philosophy wasn't about doing more. It was about making every working set matter.